Peace, sisters and brothers. My name is Michael Blake. I come from the Bronx, New York. I come to you as a son of Jamaican immigrants. I come to you as someone whose brother served this country for 29 years and repeatedly said we shouldn't have been in Iraq in the first place. And we come right now to say we have no business continuing to attack and kill sisters and brothers in other countries. We have no business pushing forward in this war. No more war. No more war. No more war. We don't want war with Iran. We don't want war with anyone. How dare we continue to have a Trump-Pence-Pompeo regime that continues to lie in our face every single day about what's going on. And let's be clear about this. When they go forth and talk about these actions, it's not going to be the rich and mighty that has to go up and serve in these wars. It's going to be black and brown communities that are serving these wars, low-income communities that are serving these wars. It's going to be people that come from our community that are serving these wars. We're saying no more war. Invest in our schools, invest in our communities, invest in our people, invest in our hospitals. Stop investing in a military-industrial complex that is hurting our communities. I come to you as someone who's elected in the Bronx, who's on the Veterans Committee, who is sick and tired of these damn wars. Our communities, over and over and over again, are watching an administration that is trying to hurt us in every possible way. And when someone asks us, why should we be here on a Saturday? It's because what's happening in the Middle East impacts us. What happens in other communities impact us. You may not be Muslim, but you should care about the Muslim sisters and brothers. You may not be Jewish, care about Jewish sisters and brothers. You may not be Christian, care about Christian sisters and brothers. You may not be black or Latino or Native American or straight or gay or white or people with disabilities. But if someone hurts you and someone hurts them, they hurt all of us. So it is our time to speak up again, sisters and brothers. In the exact same way we stood up when it came to supporting our women with the Women's March in D.C. In the same way we marched in these streets to demand criminal justice reform and say that Daniel Bertoleo had to be fired. In the same way we said enough is enough when it comes to all the policies that hurt us. It is time for us to speak up again and say to Trump and Pence, get the fuck out of the White House if you're going to keep hurting us. It is time for us to be disgusted by what is happening. We are allowing the Republican Party to do this, and let's be clear. This did not start what happened 2 days ago. When they went in and took out Saddam Hussein in Iraq, it started unrest in the Middle East. It created a space where the Shiite Muslim community and the Sunni community and all, was dispersal. It happened because of a military-industrial complex. In the same way they said they would know there were weapons of mass destruction, they lied. In the exact same way they're saying there's an imminent attack. Don't trust the lies. Don't trust what they're doing right now. So every single day moving forward, no war with Iran. No war with Iran. No war with Iran. We are here to say we are tired of wars. We are tired of bloodshed. We are tired of our communities being hurt. No war with Iran. We are tired of seeing what is happening from Trump and Pence. Get out of Mar-a-Lago. Get off your damn golf course. Get back and help the communities. And if they won't do it, vote them out. If they won't do it, kick them out. If they will not do it, remove them from office. It is time to be clear. Lastly, let's be very clear about this. All this is happening from Trump and Pence and others. This is a distraction. They're trying to distract all of us from an impeachment process where they lied and broke the law against our communities. That's all this is. But we're focused. You are not going to divide our communities anymore. So one more time, raise your fist in the air. No war with Iran.
No war with Iran.
No more war.
No more war.
No war with Iran.
No war with Iran.
No more war.
No more war.
No war with Iran.
No war with Iran.
No more war.
No more war.
No war with Iran.
No war with Iran.
No more war.
No more war.
No war with Iran.
No war with Iran.
No more war.
No more war.
No war with Iran.
No war with Iran.
No more war.
No more war.
No justice.
No justice.
No peace.
No peace.
No justice.
No justice.
No peace.
No peace.
No justice. No peace. No justice.
No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice.
No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
God bless you, everybody.
There's only been about 26 years when it was not engaged in overt war. But there has always been a war on black people, indigenous people, and brown people the world over. Resist! Resist! I say, I'm with the Black and Black Coalition. I'm also with the People's Organization for Progress. And I know that the Black and Black Coalition says, victory to Iran! Victory to the people who are fighting this horrible, abusive death machine. And then we got to deal with what's going on internally. Capitalism, racism, colonialism must end. And a message for you people in New York and all over the United States. I remember clearly September 11th. I had worked in that area. Didn't go to work that day. But I remember people, Americans, all over New York were running. They were devastated all throughout the country and all throughout the world. They stopped. They recognized the pain that you were feeling. And you have the audacity to turn your backs on what's going on here. When the war first broke out, these streets were filled. There were about 1 million people in the streets. And then when it became evident that there wasn't going to be a draft, all of the anti-war voices that came out, most of them went to silence. And we have 19 years and escalating of Americans burying their fucking hands up their ass and ignoring these wars. These are your wars, America, not just your government. Your wars, and your silence is complicity. Your silence allows evil and injustice to thrive. You have blood on your hands, and you must raise your voice to stop it. Thank you so much.
I'd like to share something personal. My parents are from Argentina. Speak louder.
Speaking to
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Okay. And when I was very young, my father was waterboarded and tortured by the U.S.-backed regime in Argentina in the 1970s. And then when I grew older, I realized that the United States, in spite of being a little bit better, also tortures and imprisons black and brown people here in the United States. And then when I got married, I realized, my husband is from Egypt, that President Donald Trump backs and supports the Al-Sisi-backed young rebel. It's not going to happen when the people of Chile go out into the streets the way they're doing it now. It's not going to happen when the people of Mexico come out, when the people of Iraq come out. It's not going to happen when the people of Iran come out. It's going to happen when the people of the United States step up. And we need to step up in this moment because we have the knowledge, the recent knowledge of what happened in Iraq. And it has to end now. And I don't know how else to communicate it at this point. I feel like it's such a serious problem. It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop until we step up. And let me be very, very clear about this for the Democrats in the House. Joe Biden backed a U.S. regime in the Ukraine. And Barack Obama created a U.S.-backed regime in Libya when they abandoned the petrodollar.
Right.
So all of this has to end. It's not about Democrats. It's not about Republicans. It doesn't matter who you vote for. We have to get out. We have to fight. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah!
I don't know. This is kind of a message to whoever's not here, I guess.
Yeah.
In collaborating, you are guilty.
Yes.
We are built on bones, and so we are condemned. If God is the name you use, then God is inside you, and God is watching. This is fascism.
Yes.
Don't look away.
Yes.
I'm from Chile. My country's going through a lot right now, and we've been manifesting a part of the assembly, of the Socialist Assembly here that represents all the Chileans in New York. We organized meetings at CUNY on Monday. You guys are all welcome, 6 to 9. And then we also organize interventions. So, okay, I just want to say that we should start caring for each other. We should start caring for ourselves first, our health, because by boycotting, by taking care of ourselves, we start boycotting the system. And the system is fucked up in every single way possible. The way we eat, the way we think, the way we communicate with each other, what we buy, and everything that we do. So we have to be more conscious about what energy we're bringing into our bodies, into our minds, and what we're spreading out to each other. So, yeah, love and compassion to all, and keep fighting for what's right and what you believe is true.
The reality that so many people for the last 3 years have been sitting on their ass and doing nothing. So we gotta ask those people. We gotta say it's not enough. It's not about how much you hate Trump. It's about how much you've learned to go along with, how much you've learned to accept in these last 3 years. And I just want to also say, we cannot submit to divide and conquer. Divide and conquer is exactly what this fascist regime wants. It's exactly how fascism consolidates. It makes people think that you can just go along and think about yourself and think about your own family while they barrel ahead with their program of open white supremacy, open terror and violence, open misogyny, xenophobia, nuclear annihilation, climate extinction. That's real. And this is just a microcosm of the potential that exists here in this country to actually come together with our different perspectives. If you're a revolutionary, if you're an anarchist, if you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican, if you're religious, whoever you are, I don't care. What matters is if we actually sacrifice something. No fundamental change has been made without sacrifice, okay? No fundamental change has been made without actually putting something on the line. And stop thinking about ourselves and start thinking about humanity. Did people see the movie Harriet? Did people see that movie about Harriet Tubman? Okay. Well, look, she posed. She went and she freed so many slaves and she posed to them. She gave people 2 choices. You're going to keep living this way under slavery or you're going to get free. And I want to pose the 2 choices from the leader of this revolution, Baba Bakian. He has said, we have 2 choices here, objectively. Either we're going to live with all this and condemn future generations to the same or worse, if they have a future at all, or we're going to make revolution, okay? And that revolution actually requires, no matter where you're coming from, getting into the streets now. And what you said, sister, over here, that is so heavy. That is the reality of what this country represents, what the U.S. does all over the world. doing to them, the repression, all of that. We have to be ready, not just for ourselves in this country, but for the people of the world, okay? Those are our people, the 7 billion people of this planet. We are representing and we're standing for. And I just wanted to point that out, how beautiful the diversity of perspectives that are people coming in. And it shows the potential of the Out Now movement. Look, the Out Now movement is not our property. It's not our property. The Out Now movement is for everybody. The Out Now movement is for humanity.
I'll just introduce myself. I'm a representative of the Revolutionary Communist Party. And as you can see, I've been at this for a while. This is a very important day that people are in the streets. Because look, I got started, I was a young kid back in the 60s who got drafted into the Army. They gave me orders to go to Vietnam and be part of a war to drown the Vietnamese liberation struggle in blood. I said in response to those orders, hell no, I ain't going.
Hell no.
Now they put me in jail for a couple years in the military penitentiary for doing that. But if I had the chance to do it again, I would do it because it is the right thing to do. And we need much more of that sentiment. And look, right now, this threat of war with Iran, because that assassination was an act of war and a war crime. This has the world barreling towards war, along with other horrors that it faces. The destruction of the environment, the unleashing of white supremacy, immigrants on the border with Mexico in concentration camps. All of that's being tightened up. And we gotta not only come out to the streets for an occasional protest, we gotta act to stop this. And that means two things. And Luna was talking about them, but here's what they come down to. One, we need an actual revolution. One that gets rid of this global U.S. empire. Because that's the real bloody-jawed beast. I mean, they talk about this guy, Soleimani, and they say, oh, he had the blood of some Americans on his hands. Well, how much blood is on the hands of the U.S. empire? From people in Iran, from people in Iraq, from people in Afghanistan, all the way back to here in the U.S. and all of the violence and mayhem that America has visited on humanity. That's the real bloody-jawed beast, and that's one that needs to be stopped. And the way to do that is through an actual revolution, which the party that I'm a representative of, the Revolutionary Communist Party, is working to build a movement for that actual revolution. We've got leadership for it in Baba-Makian, and people need to check it out. Go to the website, refcom.us. Talk to some of the people with the Revolution Nothing Less t-shirts on. And there's another thing that we gotta do. We gotta drive this fascist Trump-Pence regime from office. Now some people say, oh, you don't like Trump? Well, wait around for the election. Two problems with that. One is, how long will it be before there's a war between the U.S. and Iran? Not necessarily very long. How many more immigrants will be put in concentration camps on top of those who are already there? How many more people will be shot down because they're black or brown or Jewish or gay or lesbian? How much more white supremacy will be unleashed? We can't wait for the elections to do that, and elections won't necessarily take care of that. Even if Trump fucking loses, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna claim the election was rigged and refuse to leave office? This motherfucker does not go by the rules. I was gonna say, excuse my French, but that ain't French. That's just how folks talk. We have to actually take to the streets, not every once in a while, but in a sustained, massive, nonviolent protest to say we refuse to accept a fascist America. Trump, Pence, out now. And we gotta say that and mean it and mobilize others into the streets. This needs to be like Puerto Rico, like Hong Kong, like Lebanon, like all of those other countries. And we gotta do this not just for ourselves, but in the interest of humanity. Because look, American lives are not more important than other people's lives. And it needs to be humanity first, not America first. Humanity first, not America first. Say that with me. Humanity first, not America first. Humanity first, not America.
Like everybody else is against the protest, and I'm tired. I'm tired of the system, the regime, and everything. I haven't been at this as long as everybody else, but my mother took me to the anti-Iraq protests in the early 2000s. I was 4 years old, and she's like, they're killing children just like you, Aisha, so we need to go out there and yell. So we gotta keep doing that. Every war they try to start, we're going to be out there and fighting, and there's a lot of power at play. There's a lot of types of power. They have the power of the system, they have the power of the money, they have the power of the media, but we have the power of the numbers, and we have to utilize that as much as we can in every different aspect we can. Like, it doesn't stop at just one thing. You know, you can't just say like, oh, I went to the polls, I voted for Democrats, so I'm out. I did my part. It keeps going. You know, once these politicians get in, we need to keep pushing them. Trump did run on an anti-war platform, but he switches back, and we can't have a president, we can't have politicians who lie to us about their intentions and what they do. So we need to keep going out there and pushing and using our power of numbers of people to go out there and push for the things that we need. We need better health care. We need to prevent interventionism. We need to stop the imperialist machine. We need to stop pushing and saying like, oh, well, they're oppressing their people there, when we know that's not true, because they care about oppression in other countries, hypothetically, but they don't care about the oppression here at home. So yeah, we need to keep coming out. It's a consistent battle. It's not a short sprint, it's a long run, so we have to keep coming out. We need to keep protesting, growing our numbers, building a coalition, and getting people engaged and showing them like they're not as powerless as they seem. Every time I go to a protest, I'm reinvigorated. When I'm home alone, I read the news and I get depressed. I feel miserable, like there's nothing I can do. But when I see all these people coming and trying to disrupt and bring some sort of like attention to these kinds of issues, that's when things get better. That's when I know I feel like we can do something. We can push to something. There have been successful revolutions in the past, and we can have another one again. But this one, we got to make it stick. So, thank you.
People united will never be defeated. People united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
So I've never spoken like this at a protest anywhere before, but I guess like I'm tired of sitting around. I don't want to sit around while all this happens. I don't want to be complicit. And this is another thing. Someone mentioned it before, but people who come here and just take photos and leave, what are you doing that for? You should stick around. You should contribute as much as you can contribute. You should show up. Just showing up and taking photos, it doesn't end with that. And it's also in your actions. Revolution is how you treat your community. Revolution is how you treat people at home, how you treat your neighbors, You gotta be able to see how your Muslim neighbors are doing, how your Jewish neighbors are doing, how your black neighbors are doing, how your brown neighbors are doing. You gotta check in on everybody, because I see all this stuff about World War III